Quadrant, a Chelmsford department store with roots dating back to 1881. A founding of its parent company, the Chelmsford Star Co-operative Society, a distinctive wedge-shaped glass atrium that inspired the store's 1988 relaunch. Well, despite its success, the store announced its closure with a final sale beginning in October 2025. CRHnews went along to see who was at the start of the queue.
CRHnews is outside the Quadrant, and I believe I'm speaking to the First Lady, or the first person rather, in the queue. Let's take a look at it. My goodness, it looks like a jolly good wake, doesn't it? So, tell us a bit about yourself.
My name's Sue. I've lived in the area for a long time. I lived in Whittle for a few years.
All right.
At the moment I'm living in Braintree.
Oh, that's quite a distance you've travelled then.
Not really. I don't feel like it is because I come here so often. Children went to school in Chelmsford. My son was born in Chelmsford.
Oh right, St John's.
So, yeah.
How long has this been a favourite shop for you?
I can't honestly say it's been a favourite shop. I pop in here occasionally because I like the cafe, and I just have a little wander around. We've got one of these in Braintree as well, which is also got its sale on today.
But you
it's
fancy
nothing
coming
like
here?
as good as this one.
Yeah.
The range is not as so, yeah.
So it's the cafeteria you like best?
I'm quite sad that they're going Brambles. I rather hoped that they'd find another venue and set up on their own, but they haven't.
You're just being nosy and looking, aren't you?
I'm being nosy, plus my friend who's going to meet me here later, she's spotted a particular dress that she wants and hopes that I'll be able to hold on to it for her.
Did you ever think you'd be first in line?
No. I was held up quite a bit on my journey, but and I thought I'm going to get there in the queue down the high street, and I couldn't believe that there was no one here.
It's a very sad day.
It is a very
but
sad
we're here
day.
to mark it, aren't we?
I'm so upset that the high street is losing all its good places.
So give me an idea. It is. We haven't got a Debenhams to walk in.
No Debenhams.
We have what? Bollies, big loss.
Wenley,
Big loss.
and Town Road.
Yes, we.
Department store.
Oh,
Go there all the time.
right. And what was before Debenhams? There was something. Wilson.
That's a good
What was
question.
it
I
called?
don't remember.
It was something that
Might have been before my
missed.
time.
Yeah.
But no, Debenhams used to be lovely. I used to go in there a lot. They had a lovely cafeteria. But that went downhill. It's a shame because everybody's shopping online now.
Well, you can't help it. It gets delivered to you, and you know exactly what you want. You haven't come to town and they've said, "Sorry, we've run out." That's the big problem.
I like to see and feel the things I'm going to buy. I do buy things online for convenience, but I prefer, if I can, to actually go and touch it.
That's right.
Hold it up, maybe try it on. If it's good.
The Chelmsford Co-operative Society's origins go back to 1867, when a group of workers at the London Road Ironworks got quite fed up with the fact they were paying an awful lot of money for goods and services from the rather over-greedy shopkeepers in Chelmsford. They decided to do something about it, and they formed a club. It was a coal club. They could buy coal much cheaper by the ton than by the hundredweight. And so the Co-operative Society was born. The Society says it's come a long way in the last 150 years, growing the trading area to cover much of Essex and outlasting many better-known names and raising an incalculable amount of money for both the people who live locally, the groups they volunteer for and the charities they believe in. 1867, trade begins on the 17th of May, and also they began baking bread so that members could rely on an honest £4 loaf. 1880 converts ovens to rear furnace, cutting-edge technology that saw costs drop and boom in the bakery business. 1881, Molsham Street Central Store opened. 1892, one of Chelmsford's first businesses to use electricity to light its stores. 1936 saw the launch of Chelmsford Star's funeral service, which is still going strongly today. It was the only service of the time to use motorised vehicles rather than horses and carts. The first mobile shop was introduced in 1934, and this continued for some years. And here one of the mobile stores is seen, which were essential for those cut off from towns or villages and unable to travel following injury in the war. Post-war, the 1950s brought with it a sense of exuberance and a new discovery. It also saw the launch of self-service in food stalls, and local people responded well. In 1954, sales broke the £1 million barrier for the first time, and in 1958 saw the central store expand again in one of the largest building projects since the war. And the stores started to appear here, there and everywhere. This one in Brimfield Road in the 1980s. This one in Beehive Lane, altogether fresher, introduced in the late 1990s. One of the Society's newest teams joined in 2016 with the opening of a food store in Woodford Green, taking Chelmsford Star into the Greater London area. But it wasn't all hard work. There was some fun to be had and other activities as well. For the First World War, note the call to join the National Service League. Also note the early National Bus Company buses. And here we see an early carnival float from a parade that celebrated co-ops from across the world. An International Cooperative Day was established in July 1923, and this proved a grand affair as it was marked locally by the Children's Parade. An annual celebration, it consisted of up to 1,000 children in costumes marching through the town to a newly purchased meadow in Covell Lane, affectionately known as the Co-op Field. Regular events go on across the stores, from fashion shows to competitions via themed evenings and trolley dashes, raising significant funds for local groups and charities. And in one of their events, the Stars came out in force to celebrate Quadrant's wide-ranging appeal in 2006. And here we see some of the Only Ways local producers gathering at the Chelmsford Star-sponsored local food gazebo at the annual Food, Essex and Drink Festival in Cressing. Here we have an artist's impression of what the flagship store in 2067 would have looked like. Sadly, not to be. Well, the Star Co-op Society continues, but unfortunately the Quadrant stores do not.
Morning. Yes,